So dear friends, today I came to bring here the textbook of NCERT class 9th maths and chapter 6 लाइन्स एंड एंगल्स हम आज पढ़ेंगे और इस चैप्टर का इंट्रोडक्टरी पार्ट वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस टुडे. So friends, in the introduction of this, as from the name of this chapter, it is clear that this is made from the two word lines and angles. किन दो वर्ड से बना है? Lines और angles से बना है. So first of all, let us start the introduction part of the word line. Line. Okay. The word line. Here in your NCERT textbook, line is generally understood in the form of line segment. Now, first of all, we will understand that what is a line and what is a line segment. हमने क्या बताया कि आपके NCERT टेक्स्टबुक में लाइन का जनरल मीनिंग लाइन सेगमेंट ही लिया गया है, जबकि लाइन has a different meaning and line segment has a different meaning. What is line? Line is a straight line having infinite length. Means a line is a straight line. It can extend in both the direction infinitely. So line क्या होता है? Infinite length का line होता है. But line segment it is a part of a line, or you can say line segment is a straight line having finite length, right? So here generally the line is understood as a line segment. Okay, as a line segment, right friends? So line segment, it is a straight line. Line segment is a straight line having finite length. So line segment is a straight line. Line segment is a straight line having finite length. Means line segment क्या होता है? It is a part of a line. ये लाइन का पार्ट होता है और इसका लेंथ फाइनाइट होता है. प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ में व्हेन यू आर सॉल्विंग द क्वेश्चन, प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ में आप लाइन सेगमेंट को जब स्केल से ड्रॉ करते हो, सो इट इज हैविंग 5 सेंटीमीटर 4 सेंटीमीटर. दिस इज कॉल्ड द फाइनाइट लेंथ. फाइनाइट मीनिंग आपको क्लियरली समझ में आ गया होगा. सो अ लाइन सेगमेंट और इज a straight line having finite length, right? It has two endpoints. For example, this is when this straight line is drawn, so this is called a line L. It is called a line L, right? हमने क्या बताया? Line is a straight line having infinite length in both the direction. Just see, in both the direction it can extend, and it is represented, line is represented by small l. Sometimes it can be represented by L, M or N also, right? This line is to be denoted by, say this point is A, it is B, so line can be written as AB and it can extend in both the direction. so that it is aligned and having infinite length. Infinite length. Clear, students? This line is having infinite length, right? Now if we are talking about the line segment, so line segment is a part of this line. ये लाइन सेगमेंट क्या होता है? इस लाइन का पार्ट होता है. मीन्स जब आप इस लाइन से कुछ एक स्मॉल पार्ट कट करके निकालोगे, सो दिस इज कॉल्ड अ लाइन सेगमेंट हैविंग फाइनाइट लेंथ. It is called, it is denoted by AB. Generally in NCERT textbook is given AB, or somewhere it can be written as AB and dash. This is means it has two end points, means this point and this point, they both are end points and having finite length of finite length. Right friends, so finite length, infinite length, the meaning is clear, right? When it has infinite length it is called a line, and when it has finite length it is called a line segment. तो यहाँ पे आपके चैप्टर में जो लाइंस का मीनिंग है वो लाइन सेगमेंट से समझ लो. इट इज अंडरस्टूड एज अ लाइन सेगमेंट. सो आफ्टर गेटिंग द मीनिंग ऑफ लाइन सेगमेंट, हमने आपको बताया लाइन सेगमेंट इज अ स्ट्रेट लाइन हैविंग फाइनाइट लेंथ. ये फाइनाइट लेंथ का लाइन सेगमेंट होता है. इट इज डिनोटेड बाई ए बी हैविंग टू एंड पॉइंट्स. सो इट हैज टू एंड पॉइंट्स. It has two end point, which is A and B. Means after A in this direction it cannot produced, after B in this direction it cannot produce. तभी तो इसकी लेंथ फाइनाइट होती है, right? Is it clear? The line segment clear हुआ आपको? Now let us move on. Angles. So before understanding the angles we should understand what is ray. ray क्या होता है? ray को समझने के बाद हम angles पर आएंगे, right? What we have taken about the line segment? Line segment having two end points represented by this or this. In your textbook generally it is represented by AB. Generally it is represented by AB. Concept clear हुआ? Line is generally written in the form of L, M, R, N. Means small letter L, M, N से represent किया जाता है. R कभी कभी ये इस फॉर्म में भी आपको मिलता है. Clear? ठीक है? And this arrow in both the direction is drawn. Means it can extend in both the direction. इसे लाइन कहते हैं. बट इसी का एक पार्ट है लाइन सेगमेंट, जो कि इट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ अ लाइन सेगमेंट हैविंग फाइनाइट लेंथ. हमने क्या बताया? ये जो लाइन सेगमेंट है ये लाइन से ही कट करके निकाला गया है. किससे? लाइन से ही कट करके निकाला गया. इसीलिए इसके दो एंड पॉइंट होते हैं. देयर आर टू एंड पॉइंट्स ऑफ अ line segment. So dear students, I hope that you all are understood clearly what is a line segment, right? Why we are focusing on line segment? Because in this lines and angles chapter, the word meaning lines means here line segment. Okay, now the second word is angles. To understand the angles, first of all we are going to introduce what is a ray. ray क्या होता है? So I think you all are know well what is a ray. Ray is originated from a point. Ray is a line. Means ray is a line originated from a point and can extend in one direction infinitely. Can extend in one direction infinitely. Right, friends? Okay, so I think you got the meaning of a ray. Ray, what is it? Ray is originated from this point and it can extend in one direction infinitely. Generally it is denoted by ray OA, or in your textbook sometimes it can be written as ray OA, right? So sometimes it is written as ray OA. So this point O is called, this point of this ray, this point is called OA. So this is its end point, means this ray is originated from the point O. So O is its initial point. O is its initial point. And it can extend in one direction to the point, in the direction of A. It can extend, right? It is having infinite length. It's of infinite length. इसके infinite length होते हैं. And as you have line segment having finite length, right? So ray is generally, यहाँ भी इसको line से ही बुलाया जाता है, but you should know what is ray, what is the notation, what is the symbol that it is written as OA in this direction. R in your textbook, NCERT textbook, O is its initial point, OA, or it is generally written as ray OA. Ray OA, right? So I think, dear students, these things are clear. Now we have to come on the angle. So I think you all know what is angle. एंगल क्या होता है, इसको पहले हम लोग सीखते हैं, then we have to move on the other part. So angle is generally made from two lines. So here the meaning of lines is the ray, means when two rays originated from a single point, then it is formed an angle. What I said, from two rays which is originated from a single point, from a common initial point, then it forms an angle. Meaning you got, when two rays originated from a one initial point, when two rays originated from one initial point, from one initial point forms an angle. For example, I said two rays originated from one initial point forms an angle. It means when two rays, this is ray OA and this is ray OB, so this is called angle AOB. They forms an angle. This point A is called initial point or originated point of these two rays. This O is called initial point. It is called initial point, or same point it is called. It can be said as from the same point they are originating, right? Or this point is called vertex also. This point is called vertex also. Understood? Now these two rays OA and OB, they are called arms. Spelling ARM, and arm are these 2 points, these two rays OA and OB, they are called together arms of this angle. So right, so pause the video and note it down clearly there in your notebook. The angle what is an angle? As I have given you the definition. Before the angle, dear students, we should know the points about the collinear and non-collinear points. So when two or more points lies on a line, they are called collinear points. Or when two or more points do not lie on a line, they are called non-collinear points. So I think you all are well aware with the collinear points and non-collinear points. Collinear points are those points which lies on a line, and non-collinear points are those points which do not lie on a line. Okay, now an angle is formed. This is angle, as we are talking about this, an angle is formed when two rays originate from same point. When two rays originate from same point, right? What is an angle? An angle is formed when two rays originate from single point. These two rays are arms of the angle. Arms of angle are called arms of angle, and the same originated point is called vertex of angle. and the same originated point or same originated point is called vertex of angle. Right friends, so I think you are well aware with this. The definition figure is given that you have to draw the figure. Now let us discuss the type of angle, and this you have read it properly, the types of angle. In the types of angle we have read there are first acute angle we have read. What we have read? Acute angle we have read. So what is an acute angle? An angle measured between 0 to 90 degree is called an acute angle, right? An angle measure between 0 degree and 90 degree is acute angle. Okay, it means here this is an angle formed by these two rays. Say this angle is x. So this angle x is greater than 0 degree but less than 90 degree. So this angle x is called an acute angle. Right friends, and this is the vertex. These two OA and OB, they are called arms of this angle. Clear? Now second angle is the right angle. Let us discuss about the right angles. So for the right angle, let us see the right angle. What an angle measure 90 degree is called a right angle. An angle whose measure is exactly 90 degree is called right angle. And its figure will be like this. So this is, its measure is 90 degree. Say this angle is x, so angle x is equals to 90 degree, and therefore x is called right angle. X is called right angle. Okay, next we have to move on for the obtuse angle. For obtuse angle, we are saying here The third angle is obtuse angle. So for obtuse angle, you know, an angle measure or an angle lies between 90 to 180, lies between 90 degree to 180 degree is called obtuse angle. Obtuse angle. Understood? So obtuse angle, its measure is 90 degree but less than 180 degree. Say this angle is x. So therefore x is called, x lies between, or you can say x is greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. So that this angle x degree is called, x is called an obtuse angle. So dear friends, I think you all are well aware with these angles of acute angle, right angle and obtuse angle. About acute angle, I said an angle measures between 0 degree to 90 degrees. An acute angle, the figure of an acute angle is this. This angle lies between 0, it means it is greater than 0 degree but less than 90 degree, is called acute angle. Second came right angle. An angle whose measure is 90 degree is called right angle. Exact 90 degree, x is equals to 90 degree, then x is called a right angle. And third we have read obtuse angle. An angle lies between 90 degree to 180 is called obtuse angle. Figure of this angle lies means is greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree, so x is called an obtuse angle. Right friends, so clearly you just note down there in your notebook. See the straight angle, we have read acute angle, right angle, straight angle. We are going to discuss what straight angle. So let us see what is straight angle. What we have finished: acute angle, right angle and obtuse angle. Now straight angle, its measure is exactly 180 degree, means an angle whose measure is exactly 180 degree. An angle measures exactly 180 degree is called straight angle. Is called straight angle, and its figure should be a straight line. That's why it is called a straight angle. Point O, OA, OB. This angle x is equals to exactly 180 degree. So x is exactly 180 degree. So x is called straight angle. Right friends, now let us move on reflex angle. Let's move on reflex angle. So see what is reflex angle. Next is reflex angle. What is reflex angle? An angle whose measure is greater than 180 degree but less than 360 degree are called an angle measures between 180 degree and 360 degree is called reflex angle. Reflex angle. For example, its figure is, this is a ray, and so this is the origin. This angle is called reflex angle, and this angle x is greater than 180 degree but less than 360 degree. So x is called a reflex angle. Right friends, I think reflex angles means whose measure is greater than 180 but less than 360 degree. So dear friends, we have this. If these 5 types of angle you have read, then there are 2 things which is missing. First, this will be clearly that if an angle measures between 0 to 90 degree, it is called acute angle. So what is called 0 degree angle? So dear students, let us discuss those angles also. Zero angle means an angle whose measure is 0 degree. An angle measures 0 degree is called 0 degree angle or zero angle. Right? Its figure, it has same 2 rays originated from the same point. So OE and OB, here measure angle AOB is equals to 0 degree or 0 angle. Right friends? Okay friends, so 0 angle is clear. The angle lies between A, O and B. या फिर आप ऐसा कर लीजिए कि इन दोनों रेज के बीच में कोई गैप नहीं है. This angle is called 0 angle, and the last one is called complete angle. This is an angle whose measure is exactly 360 degree. An angle whose measure is exactly 360 360 degree is called complete angle. Now the question is arising, what will be the figure of this complete angle? It is the same as 0 degree, but a little bit difference. This is point A, ray OA and OB, but angle between these two, when this ray OB rounds about this point, this origin point, then it makes an angle complete 360 degree. X is equals to 360 degree. Therefore, this X is called complete angle. Right, friends? So I think these total 5, 6, 7 angles we have read, and you should note down there on your notebook. So friends, let us discuss the pair of lines first. In the pair of lines, as we have discussed the line, so first we need to discuss the pair of lines. In the pair of lines, first we have to discuss the intersecting line. There are two pair of lines, intersecting lines. So as from the word, intersecting lines. So from the word, it is clear that two straight lines intersect at a point. Then they are called, when two lines intersect each other, they are called intersecting lines. When two lines intersect each other, they are called intersecting lines. Intersecting lines. Right, friends? What I said, when two lines intersect each other, then they are called intersecting lines. So to understand the definition of this, we should draw the two lines that they can intersect. So lines AB and CD, they are intersecting at point O. This is line AB, and second line is CD, AB and CD, they intersect each other at point O and CD. So these lines, here the lines AB, lines AB and CD intersect at point O, so that AB and CD are intersecting lines. Right, friends? Now we have to discuss the second part. Second pair of lines is the parallel lines. In this parallel lines, we have to study parallel lines. Means when two lines do not intersect each other at any point. When two lines do not intersect each other at any point. When two lines do not intersect each other they are called parallel lines. They are called parallel lines. Parallel lines means what will be the figure of this? It means the gap between these two lines will remains constant. For example, the lines AB and CD, they do not intersect each other, means the lines will be in the form of, say this is line AB and this is CD. They are not intersecting, and it seems that they do not intersect in any of the direction, then they are called parallel lines. It is AB, this is C and D, right? AB and CD are not intersecting. The gap between these two lines are same, constant, so that they are parallel lines. Lines AB and CD are lines AB and CD are parallel lines. Right, friends? And they are denoted as line AB is parallel to CD. Clear it is? So please note it down in your notebook clearly and neatly. Now we are going to discuss the pair of angles. We are going to discuss pair of angles. Pair of angles. Let us understand. Pair of angles, it means it should have two angles, right? In the pair of angles, first we are going to discuss adjacent angle. First angle is adjacent angle. Adjacent angles, right? Adjacent angle, right? So friends, in the adjacent angle, as it is given, it is coming in the part of pair of angles. So pair of angles means having two angles, right? So two angles are said to be adjacent if two angles are said to be adjacent if what the condition is given. For these two angles there is a condition, they will be adjacent, but the condition they have, if they have the common vertex, if they have common vertex, if they have common vertex and one common arm, one common arm and non-common arms lies on the both side of common arm, and non-common arms and non-common arms are on the both side of common arm, are on the both side of common arm. Right, friends? So let us understand the meaning of this. First, it is given two angles are said to be adjacent if they have common vertex. Means of both the angles should be common vertex. उनके vertex common होने चाहिए. One arm should be common, एक arm common होना चाहिए, and the other non-common arms are on both side of common arms. Right? So from the figure it will be clear that what is adjacent angle. Right? So let us see the figure of this adjacent angle. Right, friends? Okay. So just see, this is one side, this is one angle, this is one angle. Okay. Now of this angle, the vertex is OA and OB. Vertex is O. On this vertex there is another angle. They have the common vertex. Right? So see, this point is C. Now these two angles, angle X and angle Y, are called, angle X and angle Y are called adjacent angle. They have this common vertex. This O is angle X, angle X and Y are adjacent angles. Clear? Angle X and Y are adjacent angle. Second point, point O is the common vertex. O is the common vertex. Right? Next, which arm is common? OB is the common arm of both the angles. So OB is common arm. Okay. Next, ray OA and OB are on both side of OB. OA and OC, ray OA and OC are on both side of ray OB, which is common arm. Clear this adjacent angle? I think, friends, adjacent angle is clear to you all. Right? So let us discuss the second pair of angles, which is linear pair of angles. Okay. So to understand the linear pair of angles, second point is linear pair of angle. So linear pair angles, this we have to understand. What is it? This linear pair angles, they are actually the adjacent angle. What we are going to discuss linear pair angles is actually adjacent angle, right? Means two adjacent angles are said to be linear pair, if it means this adjacent can be linear pair if condition is given. What is the condition that you have to understand? मीन्स हमने क्या बताया कि दिस लीनियर पेयर एंगल एक एडजेसेंट एंगल होता है, बट हाउ कंडीशन इज गिवन टू एडजेसेंट एंगल्स आर सेड टू बी लीनियर पेयर इफ नॉन कॉमन आर्म्स form a straight line. Condition समझ में आया? Non common arms form a straight line. So dear friends, in this adjacent angle, what are the non common arms? So non common arms are OA and OC. If these two rays forms a straight line, so this adjacent angle will be a linear pair angles. Now let us see the figure of this, right? So when these two rays becomes a straight, ये दोनों rays straight कब हो सकते? When you are drawing this figure. Just see, this is ray OA, it is ray OA, okay, it is ray OA, this is ray OB, forms an angle with common vertex O, OA, OB, okay. Now on this OA, we just draw a ray opposite to A. We have to draw a ray which is opposite to OA. This is ray OC, it's just opposite, and this form COA is a straight line. So points C, points C, O and A are collinear points. Right? COA lies on a straight line. So measure angle X and Y are said to be linear pair angles. Therefore, angles X and Y are linear pair. Clear, students? So on this linear pair angles, there are two axioms. Axioms are given by Euclides, and these axioms are universal truth. ये क्या होते हैं? Universal truth होते हैं. Means we need not to prove it. So let us see what are the axioms given on this linear pair of angles. So first axiom 6.1 we have to see. Axiom 6.1, it is given that if a ray stands on a line what is given? If a ray stands on a line, then adjacent angles forms, the sum of two adjacent angles forms is 180 degree. Then the sum of two adjacent angles so formed, sum of two adjacent angles so formed is 180 degree. What if a ray stands on a line, then the sum of two adjacent angles so formed is 180 degree. It means, say this is line AC and a ray OB stands on this, then the sum of these two adjacent angle X and Y is equals to 180 degree. Therefore, X plus Y is equals to 180 degree, and these two angles are adjacent angle. So this is axiom 6.1, is very useful to you. So now let us discuss axiom 6.2. Axiom 6.2. What is given in this? This we have to see. In this axiom 6.2, it is given if two adjacent angles, what are here? In this axiom 6.2, it is given that if the sum of two adjacent angles, if the sum of two adjacent angles is 180 degree, what is if the sum of two adjacent angles is 180 degree, then the non-common arms so formed of the angle, then the non-common arms of the angles form a straight line. Non-common arms of the angles form a straight line. Okay friends, so as these are the axioms. Once again, just see the axiom 6.2. If the sum of two adjacent angles is 180 degree, then the non-common arms of the angle so formed a straight line. It means if the sum of these two angles is 180 degree, so these are the non-common arms, they will be a straight line. Understood? So dear students, based on this linear pair angles, we have two axioms, and you know that axiom is not to be proved. Why? Because they are the universal truth. So we are not going to see the proof of this. From the figure it is clearly seen that these two are the adjacent angles and they form a straight line if the sum of these two adjacent is 180 degree. Clear? So I think this pair of angles, in the pair of angles, adjacent angle and linear pair of angles are very clear to you all. So see the third pair of angles, which is vertically opposite angles. This is third pair of angles, is vertically opposite angles. Now in this vertically opposite angles, when you will get this vertically opposite angles, when two lines intersect each other, then vertically opposite angles are formed. Means vertically opposite angles are formed when two lines are intersect at a point. Vertically opposite angles are formed vertically opposite angles formed when two lines intersect each other. Two lines intersect each other at a point. Intersect each other at a point. Right, friends? So how two lines intersect each other at a point? Say line AB and CD, they are intersecting at point O. Say this is AB and this is CD. So we are getting two pair of vertically opposite angle. One is this and second is this. First pair is angle AOC and angle BOD. They are vertically opposite, and second pair of vertically opposite angle is BOC, angle BOC and angle AOD. Right? So dear students, I think this third pair of angles is vertically opposite angles. You got it, the meaning of it, right? So clearly you just note down the definitions of these pair of angles so that we can carry forward your syllabus in our next session.